Because a platform today, especially in today's context, is so ubiquitous and can have so much of power to create toxicity and virality around things that are patently false, patently criminal, unlawful. I have recently dealt with a platform that was crammed with CSAM, child sexually abused material.
You have spoken about removing Section 79 from the IT Act, which deals with safe harbor.
Right.
Just for the sake of the audience, it means that a social media intermediary will be liable for content uploaded by third-party users. And earlier, the IT Act gave them some immunity from prosecution, and that immunity was the norm. But now you want to make that immunity the exception rather than the norm.
So here is the reality of it. And I was on the IT committee in 2008 as a young MP when these amendments to the IT Act were being talked through by the committee. And I was the sole exception to the general view that this kind of safe harbor should be given to platforms. I opposed it then.
Yes.
And I opposed it then for the same reason that I oppose a clean immunity and a safe harbor without any conditions to platform. Because a platform today, especially in today's context, is so ubiquitous and can have so much of power to create toxicity and virality around things that are patently false, patently criminal, unlawful. I have recently dealt with a platform that was crammed with CSAM, child sexually abused material. And it cannot be anybody's case that because I'm a platform, I am absolved of all responsibility and accountability of the type of unlawful content that's on the platform. And remember in 2008 when they said this, that when they argued for it and that the then government gave in, the argument was that I am only a platform, I am a plain platform, but I have no power on what content is put on me. And the people who are putting content are the ones that should be held accountable for the unlawful or illegality of content. Which seemed like a very nice argument till they started providing anonymity to all the users. So you have a very interesting, I use the word interesting in a very sarcastic way. You have a situation where these big commercial multi-billion-dollar platforms that have hundreds of millions of users say we are not accountable for the stuff that goes on our platforms. Oh, and by the way, we will also allow all of the users who are doing unlawful content on our platform, whether they're CSAM or misinformation or creating public order issues or violating patents or national security issues, we will allow them anonymity. We have said that fine, if you are a platform with no content curation ability and capability, and you can prove that you are a dumb platform, a platform that has absolutely no intention to allow unlawful content, then you will get safe harbor.
Again, thank you for clarifying that. Because one does go by reports and what they hear. But what has been the response of big social media global giants?
We are emerging, we are now in an era and living in a time where everybody is a lot more informed about what is good and what is bad. We lived for about 2 decades believing, all of us, and I've seen the internet from its earliest days, and I'm that old, if somebody wants to know, when the internet was really born, that we thought the internet and everything on the internet was about good. It connected people, it allowed people to reach across borders, exchange ideas, messages. We all lived in the world of this techno-optimism, that it is all very good. In the last decade, 7-8 years in particular, we have also got our eyes open to the fact that the same internet that we believed was all about good can have a lot of bad. Definitely on our government's part, we have woken up to our responsibility that just like we assure law and order for any citizen in his or her neighborhood, it is as important for us to ensure that the internet is a safe and trusted place. In a lot of ways, the world is looking at what India is doing and following, taking a lead.